Hi, I'm Joel.
And I'm Leah, and this is a quick-fire video of all of the major accents in the UK. We love doing accents, so we're just going to give it a go. We're not experts, but we have done some videos on this channel where we sort of talk you through the different accents in the UK. So
yeah. Lots of you have asked what are all the different accents in the UK, so we thought we'd put them all together in one video in a very quick whirlwind tour of the UK.
And if you're interested in why there are so many accents in the UK, let us know in the comments because we're thinking of making a video on that.
Yeah. Let's go.
Let's kick it off. So Birmingham. So a Birmingham accent is a bit softer than a Yam Yam accent because Yam Yam means they're from the Black Country. So if you're from Birmingham, you might sound a little bit like this. You might think this is an emphasis. It's situated in the West Midlands.
Yeah.
And
with a population of over 1 million.
And it's the second biggest city
in the UK.
Outside London.
Outside London.
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 Outside London. So Birmingham.
Birmingham.
Londoners always call it Birmingham, and it bothers me because I identify with the West Midlands, being from Warwickshire. So
moving on, the next accent is from Bristol, which is both a county and a city.
It's in the southwest of England, and it's quite a bit sing-songy in its pattern of speech.
Yeah, it's also an accent that is rhotic, so you'll hear people saying car and not car.
Car.
And it's also got the 10th largest population in the UK.
Some people from that area that are famous that you might want to listen to are Kerry Howard, Hagrid from Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, that's a great one.
Yeah.
He's from there. It's seen as quite a farmer accent.
Yeah.
But it's not true, that's just a stereotype. If you say farmer accent in the UK, people will go, oh, Bristol type.
There's also a really good show on iPlayer called This Country, which is based in Bristol, so
yeah, amazing.
All the surrounding areas, so you can check that out if you really want to listen to the accent.
Really nice.
London is the capital of the world.
It's the capital of the world, mate.
Yeah, we're in London right now, which I'm telling you is the capital of the world. There's literally no one out there who knows what it's like to live in London other than the people that live in London.
But did you know, I read in the newspaper today that London has the most amounts of billionaires in the world living in London.
And probably the most amount of poverty as well.
Yeah.
It's proper.
That is sick, mate. RP.
RP stands for Received Pronunciation. It's quite dated, and sometimes it's also referred to as BBC English.
Yep. Or sometimes even Standard English. RP is the accent you'll learn if you're learning English as a second or foreign language. The traditional RP accent is only spoken by 1% of the UK.
I thought you were going to say one person.
Her
name is the Queen.
It is me, the Queen.
The RP accent is only spoken by Joel.
By me.
And the Queen. In a conversation together.
But it's regionalist. It's an accent seen as being completely regionalist because you can get RP speakers up north. You can get RP speakers down south, you can get them anywhere. But people don't really talk like that, they more talk like this now, which is contemporary RP.
Contemporary RP, which is a relaxed RP,
yeah.
What you'll hear on the street in London. So the next one is Manchester. We went to school with someone who was from Manchester, and it is no doubt the hardest accent to do.
Yeah.
You think you're good at it, but you're not. That's just a fact about it. You think you're really good at doing a northern Mancunian accent, but the fact is they'll always find a fault with it. So
Mancunians are really, really proud people.
Yeah.
If you do their accent wrong, they'll come after you.
Yeah, they will come after you. So we're not even going to try, really. This is our attempt.
This is it. Don't hate us.
Don't hate.
Oh my gosh, back to RP. I can't do it. Right. So the next accent is Leeds, which is in West Yorkshire.
So I lived with someone who was from Leeds, and it's really hard to tell the difference being from the south between a Mancunian accent and a Leeds accent. All I can say, and I don't mean any offence by this, is that they do sound a little bit more like they're yawning all the time.
So like where you just said don't for how we'd say don't, Manchester would say don't, whereas Yorkshire say don't. So there's slight differences in the way that they pronounce their words.
Leeds would say something like, "What time are you waking up?" Mancunian. What time? Waking up.
What time
are you waking up? It's hard not to sound like I'm taking the piss, because I'm not.
But we're not.
This is what I'm hearing, and this is what I'm trying to resonate with you.
With you, that's a good one. With
you. Yorkshire people are known for being the friendliest in the UK.
But they won't be in the comments below.
No.
Newcastle.
300,000 people live in Newcastle. The only way I can speak like them is if I imagine I'm Cheryl Cole. But the truth is, I'm not. I'm not good enough for X Factor. Just say the one thing you can say, Joel. Ready?
Okay. Oh, he's right up my street.
Perfect. So if you're going to base anything off anything, go for that.
Go for Cheryl Cole picking acts on X Factor.
Oh, he's right up my street. Perfect.
It's really hard. I personally can't do Newcastle accent. So...
Okay, let's have a sentence. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a go in Newcastle and then we'll move on. Joel,
my dad?
Didn't your dad build a bridge in Newcastle?
The Millennium Gate Bridge, yeah.
Joel's dad only bloody built a bridge there, so claim to fame.
Newcastle.
Moving on.
Liverpool. Also. Yeah, it's also.
Everything's got a stress on it. I speak and I don't miss out any syllables. I'm from Liverpool and I'm not. Nothing's getting past me. Not a syllable.
Liverpool, like they are so sassy.
That is what their accent suggests to me. Sass.
Also, they've got the noise.
So if you're ever going to bring up phlegm, do it in Liverpool.
They'll be like, I'll just love chicken. I love it.
Chicken and a can of Coke.
It's amazing.
Amazing.
My family are actually from Liverpool, but I just can't do it.
Joel does not identify as Liverpudlian in any way, shape or form. Scottish. Scotland. Right? So you've got two accents in Scotland. You've got Edinburgh, you've got Glasgow. I can't do Glasgow, so we'll go for Edinburgh. Good person to reference. Madam, what's her name? McGonagall from Harry Potter.
Professor McGonagall.
Amazing accent.
Yeah, amazing.
What's her bloody name?
Maggie Smith. She speaks like this, RP, normally.
Maggie Smith is amazing in Scottish.
Harry Potter!
Actually,
I think some Scottish people think that her accent isn't that good. Harry Potter!
It's because she's such an old lady.
Yeah.
Right, so if I were talking to you in a Scottish accent, I'd say Scotland is its own place. You can get a plane there from the UK. You can fly there. You can get the train. It's about 6 hours from London to Scotland.
I don't know if I can actually do Scottish.
That's good.
It's a little bit. It's quite a hard accent to do. But I'm giving it a go. But I think this is more Glasgow.
You're Glasgow.
Whereas you're Edinburgh.
Do you know Rebecca? Does she speak like Glasgow?
Who's Rebecca?
Rebecca Ross.
Rebecca Ross, yeah.
She's Glasgow.
I think she's Glasgow. That's probably why I lost it already.
Yours is more Glasgow.
Yeah.
Exceptional.
We cover all bases
on this channel.
Don't get a Scottish accent confused with a Northern Irish accent. Lots of Americans get this wrong. I've spoken to Scottish people and Irish people, and they're like, Americans especially, they just like
think we're all the same.
From the same place. So Ireland's split into two parts. You've got the north of Ireland, which is part of Britain, and you've got Southern Ireland, which is not part of Britain. I was going downstairs and I saw the postman who was at the door, and he said to me, "Have you been in the shower?" And I said, "No."
That was amazing. Yeah, that was good. Southern Ireland is its own place. It's a little bit like Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter.
It's quite soft when you're talking a bit like this, and it's very soft and very unassuming, very gentle.
So that's why I reference Luna Lovegood, who's completely away with the fairies from Harry Potter.
And then you get to Northern Ireland.
It's more like this, and like they're on more like a direct kind of conversation with you. They're having a bit more of a intense message with the words, the way their words are landing on you. They've got a similar vibe to Scottish, so that might be why they get confused.
Welsh.
If you're from Cardiff, then everything you're saying is quite sing-songy and quite open.
I like it.
So, who are the famous people from Wales that you can listen to?
Tom Jones.
Tom Jones. I really want to figure out when my next trip to Wales will be, and if I can bloody take Joel with me.
I love Wales.
He loves Wales, he does. I want to take him out. I want to take him up to the valleys and show him all the sheep. That's Welsh.
That's Welsh.
It's just a little bit more fun and quite close to Birmingham on the map. So sometimes the areas in the middle between Wales and Birmingham actually get a little bit mixed up. And the accents are all over the place.
Oh my gosh, brain fry.
Okay, so that's all of the accents that we're going to have a go at today in the UK. Let us know in the comments if you found any of this useful, and if you hated it,
don't tell anyone. It's fine. The thing is, all of these accents are the major accents of the UK, but most people don't speak like any way that we've said. Everyone has their own unique way of saying things. And like we've said, because the country's so small and because there's so many different accents, quite often everyone's accent sort of merges into one new accent. So it's very difficult to...
Yeah, exactly. And there's no correct way of speaking either. There's just everyone's so colourful with the way they speak here, and that's what makes the UK so exciting and so amazing. There's just so many different sounds, so many different accents. There's no correct way to speak.
No.
So if you've come on here because you're worried about your accent, then don't be, and embrace it.
Yeah, accents are great.
Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. If you're interested in supporting us outside of YouTube, we've got a Patreon page which you can donate to, and we offer lots of little perks like having Google Hangouts or Skype sessions with us, all sorts of stuff. So go check out our Patreon page below.
And don't forget to follow us on our social media. We are at Joel and Lia on Twitter and Instagram, and we're also on Facebook as well if you'd like to follow us on there.
Wonderful. That's all for this week. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.